Evening all and welcome to our latest edition of Big Game Players with myself, Super, and my co-host, Banjo.
Good evening, everyone. You all right?
And
Super, how are you?
yeah, very well. Tonight we have a special guest.
We do.
Dr. Rue joins us. Claims to be a
Evening,
Liverpool
guys.
fanatic.
Yeah, pretty much sums me up very well. That, yeah. Can't say much more than that. But a pleasure to be here with you guys. I've been waiting for a while, as you know. Super, I've been asking, and now I'm on.
Lovely
Pleasure to have you on.
Thanks,
Even though
guys. Thanks.
I'm
looking forward
outnumbered
to it.
today.
Yeah, and on transfer deadline day as well, so it's even more special.
The Liverpool fans are outnumbering the United boys today.
Yeah.
Hopefully the tables aren't turned soon, and I'll get outnumbered. But right, guys, let's have a look at. Look, I know the transfer windows happen, but let's look at the weekend and we'll come back to the transfer window. Game of the weekend, Liverpool v Arsenal. Two of the top three sides that people fancy to be in the top three. What do we make of it?
Should I go and open up? I mean, as a Liverpool fan watching that, I always dread those games with Arsenal. So I was going into it with a little bit of trepidation beforehand. I mean, they're in a great shape. You know, they've done well in the transfer window. I don't care what people say about Arteta as a manager in terms of away from it and what he's done and how he's transformed the squad. He's got to be applauded. But the game itself, I think, just came too early in the season. There were two teams that were scared to lose that. And although Arsenal got some bad press post-match about they turned up not to lose for sure, and we were the ones trying to win.
He's anti-football.
Yeah.
He's anti-football. Come on.
It is, Mel, but anti-football or not, we didn't touch them. You know, we didn't do anything ourselves. You know, it was one of those games where, some might argue that we were the ones that wanted to win it, but it was just a boring game, and I think it was a chess match, and I think it was a moment of magic. I've heard it all the last 24 hours, and that's simply what it was. Apart from that, nothing else happened. You know, Gyökeres has had criticism. He's up against the best defender in the world. His partner on the day loves those battles. He loves that. At the other end, again, they absolutely, made Ekitike look like a part player at times. And credit to, I forget the gentleman's name who come in for Saliba. Was it Mosquera?
Mosquera, yeah.
Awesome. You've got to applaud these things. So if I take my playground hat off, which, well,
you're wearing that hat
Chris,
tonight, aren't you?
Listen, the Chris back in the day would have just laughed his head off for 24 hours and found every gooner he could find. But at 49, I have to be logical, and I think it was a game that I would have taken a point, at that stage. But Szoboszlai's free kick's arguably the best free kick I've seen in a decade, I reckon. I can't even think. Probably since Paulinho, what was his name? Not Paulinho, he was the Lyon player that used to score the...
Juninho.
Yeah, Juninho. I mean, ever since that was one of his sort of free kicks. But very happy, obviously.
Banjo, what did you make of that game? As a neutral?
As a neutral, I was really looking forward to watching it, if I'm honest. But I think, like Dr. Rue says, I think it came a bit too early in the season. But if I'm going to be honest, I do believe Liverpool being the home team, the onus was on them to obviously be a bit more imaginative, a bit more open, try and win the game. But what I will go back to is Arsenal's got form in going into these games and trying to get a draw. That's the difference. I think the game was probably too early for Liverpool more than it was for Arsenal, because I think Arsenal, even 2-3 months down the line, they would have come with the same approach.
And I think it's interesting you say that, Banjo, because I think both teams had players to bed in, and as I said again, applauding Mosquera coming in, but our ones were more like pivotal in terms of you've got your centre forward who hasn't hardly played for you, you've got your creative number 10, whereas they, in most of the important parts of the pitch, or not the important parts, but the parts where it's harder to get it wrong, it was their unit. It was their unit. Timber, Calafiori, Saliba, what do you call him, Gabriel, and the keeper, and then you got. You can argue against Ubamendi, but again, it's positions. DMs, I would think, are a little bit more straightforward to find their feet. But I can only applaud them. I mean, I think you opened Super by saying, they are the two best teams in the land, and there's no denying that. There's no even grey area now for me.
I agree.
It's these two teams that'll be there at the top, and I've got a feeling they'll both end up with 90 points in the 90s.
I was at the game yesterday. One team clearly they didn't come to play. They didn't come to play. They weren't looking.
And this is what I mean. I think even a couple.
They were taking a minute. Declan Rice was taking a minute to go and take a corner. He was walking over so slowly. They were killing time, playing for time. They were hoping they could nick something. The liveliest player for them on the day was Noni Madueke. Yeah. And I think Kirk has had his best game in a Liverpool shirt since coming. It's only 3 games in, but it was, Madueke got away from him a couple of times. He's a quick winger. He's going to. But Kirk has recovered well, got his slide tackle in, got a block in, did what he did. But, second half, and I knew second half we were going to be a bit livelier. And we were.
I think, again, if I'm trying to defend Arteta, and very rarely do, in fact, I never do that.
You can't win leagues.
No. I was going to say, though, I think in this, but in this game, I think he almost played it tactically perfect, because he thought to himself, I'm going to stifle them, frustrate them, and around that 70-minute mark, I'm going to throw my guns on. The problem that I think he didn't realise was that was too late. That was too late. I think he should have made his substitutions around that 60-minute mark, allowing Eze and Odegaard to get into the game. And then I think when we scored, which felt like about 5 minutes after these guys come on, it knocked them for 6. And obviously, you know better than anyone, you're a season ticket holder. Once the crowd raises at Anfield, it's fucking hard to come back. Sorry, apologies. It's hard to come back. So yeah.
No, but you say that like with regards to substitutions, but that is where I think this is where he goes wrong. He was never going to do those substitutions at 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I said before, the onus was on Liverpool to go and win the game and whatever. But like you say, you were bidding in players. Then I think the intention was there. It just didn't happen on the day. The game came too early, I think, for Liverpool. But with Arsenal, that approach, it would be the same approach 6 months down the line, 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line. Yeah. And he was never going to make those substitutions earlier than 70 minutes. And I think if like Mario says, or Super says, if you want to win the league, you got to go to these places, to your main rivals, title challengers, and go and make a statement and win the game.
I think what you say has a lot of substance, Banjo, because I think we all laugh as rival fans of Arsenal, and delusional was, again, it goes around. We call them the most blinkered fans out there. But when you listen to their podcast today, or even if you've bumped into any Arsenal fans, they were all frustrated with the lineup. They were all frustrated with how the changes came about. Again, it's easy to say that, because I think if they nicked it 1-0, you know what it's like as a fan. You'll be singing a different song, but
they never do.
No, they never do. And I think, but the thing is, for me in this instance, as I said, I went into the game not too fearful, but at the same time, I was thinking, if they go for it, especially with this Eze factor, which I was worried about, they might hurt us. They might hurt us based on the previous 2 games. So they didn't take their chance, and a very, very good early shot in the arm for us.
I think they've got good enough players, good enough squad to go to places like Anfield and have a go.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, Badger, about giving.
Well, they've spent enough money to be able to go and do that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Super. You've got to give him the respect he deserves away from that. As in, he's built that squad. The problem is he good enough on the pitch? And I think, this season's going to be a massive defining one for him. At the moment, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he's not going to win the league. I'm telling you guys from now, he's not winning the league this season.
He won't win it like that, that's for sure.
In actual fact, I was fairly confident we're going to win the league yesterday already. And then, what have I been telling you, Banjo, for 2-3 months now?
Bloody hell, it turned out that you were right.
What have I been telling you, Banjo?
Well, you came out with it long before that, and if the ball was rolling.
Yeah, I did. It was always, I said Isak was going to be a Liverpool player. What a signing, by the way. And you know what? I was talking to fans yesterday, and they're like, but we've got a Katike. How's Isak going to, And I'm like, I don't think you guys understand. Katike's good. He's good. Maybe very good. Good start. Isak is this.
He's a game changer.
He's a next level. This guy's. I mean, I even today had a rerun of his rerun of the goal he scored against us. I think last season, where he turned Van Dijk edge of the box and smacked one from the edge of, beat Alisson, all ends up, and this guy's a game changer. He's gonna make a better player out of Wirtz as well.
Yeah,
he's gonna make a better player out of Wirtz.
Yeah, with a signing like Alexander Isak, it's not. It's not. How can I put it? There's so many layers to it, and I think as a centre forward, you mentioned Van Dijk. He's probably the only centre forward in the league that has given the Arsenal centre backs and the Liverpool centre backs a torrid time. So off the bat, that tells you a lot about him. Away from that, he is not your normal centre forward. In this, I mean, you talk about conversations. We have regular conversations in the Liverpool group we've got about, the plethora of number 9s we used to have back in the day. And it's not the same landscape anymore. He would sit perfectly within that time, where you had your, I'm not going to say he's an R9 player, but you had that level of player back then, your centre forwards, your proper centre forwards. And there's not many around like him. Add him to this Liverpool team, and I said to someone today, and I know it's a big statement, but when this team clicks, God help kind of the Premier League and the football, the football world, because there's going to be no stopping them. It's I'm not going to say a dynasty's around the corner, because again I don't believe dynasties are going to happen anymore like you would know Banjo back in your heyday of being a Man United fan. I don't think that's going to happen anymore, but I think there's going to be a little bit of dominance for the next couple of years, and it's just a matter of when and not if. When these guys click, it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, certainly big signing. He'll make a massive difference. And I think going back to what you said, Mario, like with the Liverpool fans you spoke with who were worried about Ekitike, where he's going to fit in and this and that. Like we were saying, football is a squad game now, and Liverpool certainly got especially in forward positions and midfield, certainly got enough players there to fight on all fronts with the Champions League and the domestic cups and the Premier League. But I think with Ekitike as well, he'll be sharing that position with Gakpo as well off the left, because apparently he could play there, so he'll get his games. There's no problem with that.
Yeah,
the rotation, the fluidity of that team is frightening, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, even someone slightly away from that. I know Mario's a massive fan, but Szoboszlai is arguably our most important player. Because we haven't got many of. In fact, the league hasn't got many of the Szoboszlais around.
Best player on the pitch, I say, for me.
But pre-season,
super player.
Pre-season, I would say 8 or 9 out of the 10 people I spoke to, Liverpool fans, didn't have him in the team. They were talking about, you can't dislodge our number 6 and our best player in McAllister, and then you've got to give the record signing a run in the team. Where'd you put Szoboszlai? I'm looking at it now thinking, he's one of the first on the team sheet.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's going to be like, he's made himself one of the first on the team sheet.
Yeah.
At the start of the season.
And
that's how it's going to play out, I think, over the season.
Does he carry on at right back?
Listen, if he's come through those 2 games, and this is the thing, Mario, again, we were talking today, is if he's come through the cauldron that was St James's Park, and that game against Arsenal, which, however you look at it, it was a chess match and he had to adapt in a certain way. I keep him. I keep him there. I think Bradley has to wait his turn, and even more so Frimpong when he comes back. I mean, there's no reason to change it. I think he's been phenomenal. There's no other word.
The one thing it does do, it does solve an immediate dilemma for Slot in terms of how do I fit these 4 into 3. So, by keeping Szoboszlai there, he gets all 4 in his team.
You wouldn't have seen it, Super. His press conference or his post-match interview, he actually hinted at the fact that he wasn't exactly happy at playing there, but he said he did it for the team and he spoke to the gaffer.
Yeah, no, I saw something after to that effect.
Yeah, so it's not a long-term solution in any way, but you can't change it. And if you was going to change it, you're probably saying drop Maka at the moment, because he's not fully at the levels we expect him at. But yeah, I mean, what a lovely problem for Slot to have. He's been backed, and I know that's another gripe you had over the years about managers being backed. He's been backed, and the pressure's on in a slightly different way. But I just think it's a matter of time before these guys click.
But yeah,
he has to really win the league now. Really, I don't want to put
Yeah,
pressure on him in that way, but obviously he won it last season. Liverpool
yeah.
spent a lot of money, and I'm not
guys,
saying the pressure's from the board, but the supporters are expecting to win the league. They
right
really
it,
are.
mark it. Number
Yeah,
21
exactly. Look,
incoming.
yeah,
Number 21 incoming. I've got no
yeah,
doubts of it.
yeah.
Get any money you can get
Yeah.
your hands on, go stick it on. By the way, listeners, don't do that. But yeah.
Endorsing gambling now.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. He wants
I
sponsors, Banjo. He wants sponsors. That's what he
Yeah,
wants.
yeah. Anyone who wants to sponsor
You
us,
know
stick
what I
it on
mean?
with them.
right. We move on though, guys. I mean, we've covered that game.
Yeah.
We you know.
Oh, what about Guehi? Let's talk about your transfer window.
Well, we'll come back to that
As we're
transfer
still talking
window.
about
Let's come
Liverpool,
back
isn't
to the transfer window. I want to move on. Man City. What's going on here now? Is this the end of an era?
No, I think
Well,
it's too soon to say that.
I spoke about dynasties before, and I think I agree with you to an extent, Banjo, that it's too soon, but it's going to be different than what we've experienced the last decade. Why that is, I can't put my finger on it at the moment. I mean, I looked at their signings in the summer. There's quite a few of them I quite like. I like Ait Nouri. I like Cherki. I liked Mamouche from the January window. I just have a feeling, and I don't know, I felt we had a little bit with Klopp, Super, at the end, is everyone's got a shelf life. Everyone's got a sell-by date. And I just think he might have run his course. I think did he sign a contract last year? I can't remember, but I just think it's time for change at City. And
Football's starting to change a little bit as well, isn't it? The game is starting to move away
Has it been found out?
I mean, look, stats will tell you no, as in terms of matches, he's still got the lion's share of the ball, and they create chances. Haaland
Doesn't matter. They're losing games.
No, that's what I mean. So has he been found out?
If you don't score more than the opposition, you can have as much of the ball as you want.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Spurs game, we put it down to say a bogey team, right? But the Brighton game, they did it last year as well, no, Brighton. But like you said, they out tacticked him, however you pronounce it. They out-thought him. He was second best to the young manager. Again, I forget his name down at Brighton. But, I just think, as Banjo said, football's changed, man. And this guy's been around now for 20 years, 15 years, I don't know.
Very apt.
I think
Speaking about being around, James Milner scoring a penalty.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, brilliant.
Phenomenal, and obviously goes without saying for us Liverpool
even
fans.
I was quite pleased for him.
I was going to say, and even the football, the football fraternity should have enjoyed
approaching the most appearances in the Prem, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think 18 shy or 14 shy, something like that.
Who's leading?
And who's ahead of him? Is it Gareth Barry?
Oh, Gareth Barry.
Barry, yeah.
Yeah, it was Barry.
So yeah, well, interesting with Man City. I believe they were going to be Liverpool's nearest challengers, but
I think with Man City, the simple thing, if I want to quickly add something, you just look at their lineup and the level of players there. I don't think is as good as what it was. That's a simple way of looking at it as well.
He's trying to be too. I think I'm a big Pep fan.
Yeah,
I have been for years, but I think he's trying to be a bit too clever now, and he has been for a while. Started from in that final back v Chelsea. I can't remember. He did some tactical thing in that final which didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
It's carried on. He's playing like Matheus Nunes, who was a midfielder, like highly sought after. He's playing right back. Then you see Reinders. He has a great game in the first game of the season, playing sort of floating in that De Bruyne type role. Then before you know it, he's sitting in front of a defence. I just don't understand
You're not a fan of Oscar Bob either,
Oscar Bob, he's two Bob.
Yeah.
Two Bob, not Oscar Bob.
I think the other thing is, Mario, I think there's certain managers that need leaders on the pitch. And like again, Klopp had his Van Dijks, his Hendersons. I think he's lost that Pep. When Company left, even De Bruyne last year, he's a leader. And he's not about one of those leaders that sets examples the way he plays. He's a leader. And he's had a few of them over the years. I think you could argue he's got Diaz out there, but I don't know. I think he's obviously dating my Jammer. He's probably got focus on something else, the guy.
Did Rodri not start yesterday?
He did, but he's way off, man. I mean,
he doesn't look nothing. Anything like it. It's going to take time for him to get back to where he was.
Yeah. Okay. If he gets back, Banjo, I don't know, mate. It's one of them. It's again, I can only look at my players, and I remember the likes of your Michael Owens and to an extent your Torreses, and once they get certain injuries, especially Owen was the biggest one. Never the player,
No.
that we knew he was. So
this season, it's a funny one, isn't it? Because I'm making no heads or tails of this season so far. So yesterday, Forest, a lot of people would have had that down as a home banker to beat West Ham. West Ham have beat 8-2, and then West Ham win 3-0 away.
I hold my hand up on this because I actually, after watching before a ball was kicked and seeing the transfer window up until that point, I actually said there was going to be the biggest divide between, say the 12th team and the bottom 8, whatever they are, and the top few. But I've been so surprised by the likes of Bournemouth, especially, and Brighton. Even Brentford to an extent. Teams that I thought had been absolutely destroyed, in terms of their squads, have really stepped up to the fore. And then some others where I know Villa, for example, have got their hands tied. And, the whole...
We'll come on to that, Rube. We'll come on to that.
Yeah.
We'll cover most teams. But yesterday, Forest, West Ham.
Yeah.
Forest 0, West Ham 3.
Yeah.
No one had that.
Potter needed that. He needed that massively.
No one had that, but it was, again... Did you watch the game?
No, I never watched it.
Right, so up until that first goal, boring, cancelled each other out. Tactically, Potter decided that he can't do what he did against Chelsea the week before. So he was a lot more cagey. And again, the players did step up. But goals do change games. And as soon as Bowen scored, it was like plan B for Forest doesn't work. He started to change the personnel. He started to tell them to do things that they're uncomfortable doing. And before you know it, with players like Somerville, Bowen, to a lesser extent Wilson, but he did well when he come on. You give these guys the ball and you allow them to play, and all of a sudden they were free up. They were free up, and it could have been 4 or 5.
Paquetá.
Yeah, Paquetá. There you go, Paquetá. They're probably one of the best playmakers in the league.
And was there a better celebration this weekend?
I actually found it borderline pathetic, to be honest. I get it. You're kissing the badge, you're doing the phone thing, but
he threw it away, didn't he? Villa were linked.
No, but that's what I mean. What are you doing? Just shut up.
Villa were linked. So
I agree. Just shut up. Play the game.
Why is he kissing the badge, Super?
He's playing to the gallery.
Come on, man.
He's an idiot.
They backed him at a difficult time of his career.
Yeah, and he nearly left.
No,
but they backed him.
Even Prime Giggs or Gerrard weren't kissing badges.
Wait a minute.
Like that.
He's now showing his loyalty for being backed.
Nah, he would have walked. I think something happened in the Villa.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? He would have walked. He's got that Latin American, show me the money and out of here.
Cynics, a pair of you. Anyway, Villa v Palace to round up Sunday's games.
Oh, brilliant. Palace, what a performance.
Palace,
I really like. I enjoy watching them.
Yeah, and another team. That's what I mean. I know they didn't lose as many players as some of the others I mentioned, but they lost their player.
Let's talk about Guehi now.
Yeah,
good goal yesterday. Very good goal.
Brilliant goal.
Kept a clean sheet.
Yeah,
he's an idiot for playing that game.
No, he's not.
He's an idiot.
I think you're an idiot for saying that.
He wants to move.
Super.
He wants to move. He wants to go to current champions, looking like, going to have another, favourites, certainly to go on and be champions again. And he's gone and play the game for him. And then tonight, he's trying to force a move.
Well,
and they're not letting him go.
No, he's not forcing the move.
Well, he wants to go, don't he? He wants to go. If he wanted to stay... Hang on, Dr. Rue. If he wanted to stay, if Mark Guehi's intention this window was to stay at Crystal Palace, we wouldn't have had the palaver tonight.
Yes and no. Yes and
no.
What
actually happened?
We've had no palaver.
What happened?
Glasner apparently...
I'll tell you what. No, he's Mr. Nice Guy. All right? And I was about to say, we've had a transfer window where we've been educated at two extremes. Now, I don't like the way Wissa and Isak kind of went about their business. I've benefited. No, there's a balance.
It's how you get a move.
Mario. No, there's a balance. There's a balance, and Guehi's gone the other way. He's probably sat there with Glasner there, telling him you've got to stay, and he said, "No problem, I'll do it." No, like I agree with you. To better his career, he should have made the move. But he's Mr. Nice Guy, church-going guy. Like doesn't want to say boo to a goose.
Guys, he pussied out
He'll
of
get
it.
his move.
He
He'll get
pussied
his
out
move
of it.
eventually.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
He'll get a good move, Banjo. Whether he gets a move
to Liverpool or not.
to Liverpool, I don't know.
But he'll get a move. He's gonna go on a free. He'll probably
They'll
earn
end up
more
at
money
United.
as well.
They'll end up at United.
That's all right. He won't. I think he'll end up at Liverpool as well because you've got that issue with Konate as well, isn't it?
I'll be honest, I'm over it now. We get him, we don't get him now. I don't really care.
No. For me today, if it was the other way around, that transfer, and I heard that Isak had pulled out, I wouldn't even be on the podcast now. But Mark Guehi, as much as I wanted him, and I'm not saying I think he's a brilliant footballer, I would probably, and you guys might argue this, I would probably say he's definitely in the top 10 best centre backs in the league, and he might be in the top 5.
No, agree.
When you look at Van Dijk, Saliba, Gabriel, after that,
guys,
you're probably putting who?
I'm not going to give him too much airtime. He bottled it.
Well,
he played.
but then
he bottled it.
Let's not act like gooners now, mate. Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a brilliant player, and we missed out.
I'm not fussed if he ends up at Liverpool now or not. He's had his chance. He didn't take it.
Yeah, but you're saying he never took it.
And apparently Glasner's turned around tonight.
He did everything he could to.
He threatened to leave.
He could.
Glasner said, "I'll quit tonight if
but
why
this
he
is what
leaves."
I'm saying. Why is it his fault? It's Parish's fault, surely. Parish said, right.
But Glasner himself hasn't signed a new deal. But Glasner himself hasn't signed a new deal.
Maybe Guehi didn't want that on his conscience as well.
Yeah.
Being at Palace and maybe he's thinking about the actual club. If this guy if I leave, he's shown a bit of class, I think.
One thing, guys, and you guys know that because we support teams that have, had very, very good players, successful players. You need an air of arrogance about you. You need an air of confidence about you. Guehi hasn't shown either or tonight. He's carry on playing at Palace. I'm sure that 20,000 stadium and finishing wherever in the league will be.
I'm struggling to hate on the guy. I can't.
Yeah,
I think
be fantastic.
Yeah, I can't. No.
And listen, I understand your disappointment, Super, but
no, Europa Conference as well. Really, really prestigious comp. I could see why you'd want to stay playing it.
To sum it up, Banjo, by the way, my only worry with Liverpool is it was never about getting him in per se. It was the players we've got there. There's two that are really
it's numbers,
especially Joe Gomez.
Yes.
And now we've got this 4-month window where we got to go with the king that is Van Dijk, 2 injury-prone players in Konate and Gomez, and then this young kid who's like he looks like RoboCop, but I don't know how he can perform. So that's my only worry.
It's numbers. You needed a player in
numbers.
Yeah,
and he's got it.
Yeah,
right.
We'll see. Speaking of delusion, you guys seem to have a bit of it tonight. I want to speak about these Spurs fans. What are they banging on about?
I couldn't believe
what are they banging on about? What is all this booing? What did they think? Did they think they won their first 2 games? Did they think they were going to end this season with 114 points?
Do you know
what is that club?
They probably, off the back of their first 2 games, especially beating Man City away, they're probably all rocked up to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium expecting to give Bournemouth a hiding, and then they saw a poor performance. But what they need to understand is they've got a new manager in. They finished 17th last season. Let's get that right. They finished 17th last season. They've got a new manager in. He's never going to. Listen, there's going to be obviously issues there still. All right, you're going to, and obviously it's going to, it's going to take time. It's going to take time to get that consistency and everything like that. So he's lost 1 game. He's lost it at home. Okay, get on with it.
Did you see the stats from the game, Banjo?
Yeah, they got battered, but they got. battered.
Look, I think
a friend of ours that went. So I spoke to a friend that went, and he said, had it been 4-0, it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been like out of context with the game.
But it's a new manager. It happens. There's going to be games. It's still a work in progress.
I'm a fan of Frank.
So.
I'm a fan of Frank as well. I am too.
Me too.
They're gonna have ups and downs this season.
Exactly.
They'll definitely finish higher than 17th.
Yeah.
And they've brought a few boys in today, right? Or over the last few days.
Mm.
I think they brought an attacker in today. Yeah,
Moani's
I
come
don't
in.
know who.
Kolo
Moani.
Moani,
I
French
think
international.
I can't remember. Yeah, I think it might.
So
Yeah, I
Moani's
saw
come in,
something.
French international, and
Yeah,
Simons,
yeah.
Dutch
Gary
player.
Simmons is a good player. Yeah.
So they've strengthened. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what their problem is. Bournemouth, Banjo, your tip to
Yeah,
surprise
listen,
a few?
I tipped Bournemouth, Dr. Roo, if you never, I don't know if you listened to a previous podcast, but I tipped them as dark horses.
Wow.
And
Not. By the way, we were talking about dark horses for context to do
European
well,
places.
to do better than expected this season.
yeah,
They'd lost like their back
Yeah.
line or a
What
lot of
was your
their back line.
thinking behind that, Banjo? Why would
the
that have
manager,
been? Like,
the manager.
oh, okay.
It was the manager, and they kept their forward players as well. And I thought to myself, do you know what? A lot of their they did ship a lot of goals last season, and I thought off the back of that, it's not just the players they had. Obviously, they had some quality there. You know, the boy who's gone to Real Madrid, especially, and Kirkus, Liverpool. But a lot of it is the way he set his teams up as well.
Yeah.
So I just thought, do you know what? I really I enjoy watching them as well. So I just thought
I couldn't see it though, Banjo, simply because you lose one, maybe you lose two, maybe.
Yeah.
He lost four of his back five.
Well,
You know, and then
three was with the keeper Kepa.
But I
as
do
well.
think he elevated some of those players as well. He was responsible.
he probably listen. I like him a lot. I like him a lot. And,
very good.
Well,
Him and
you know
Glasgow.
what?
Well,
I was going to say, with Mario, I wanted to like maybe do some damage to him tonight. I actually like Glasner as well. I like the young guy down at Brighton.
Yes,
I think there's some good managers.
Glasner blackmailed Guehi.
Do you know what's funny? I've got X here on my right, and they're just showing me his leaving video. Like they recorded the whole goodbye video. Thank you, Skipper.
He's blackmailed him.
Whatever he's done. Let's move on.
Inadvertently, yes.
In other walks of life, people get arrested for that. But anyway,
That goes fast.
well, I'm just saying, in other walks of life, people would get arrested for blackmail. But okay, it's a bit extreme for football. I understand. My dark horse for the season, Everton.
Yeah.
Another win.
Yeah. And your
Grealish.
boy Grealish.
And to be honest, Dewsbury Hall as well.
Yes.
Done really well, both games.
They're not very David Moyes players, are they? Really?
No.
And the other, the boy Ndiaye, the winger.
Yeah.
Good start from them. 3-2 away to Wolves. They're a team I worry for.
Yeah, Wolves definitely. I think Wolves are in there. I'm trying to think of some others. You can argue maybe the ones that came up, but
they've lost two home games, Man City and Everton.
Yeah. Well, he came and put out fires at the end of the season, didn't he? Their manager. Another team that they've kept Strand Larsen now, so that's good going. But I worry.
Has he been messed around? Yeah. Was he messed around in this Isak? Saga?
If you look at the profile of him and the German guy they bought, like the tall presence and all that, I think they just wanted Premiership proven, and they wanted Strand Larsen and Visa. Because they couldn't get Strand Larsen, it was clear they weren't going to get him. They ended up throwing all that money at the German. I think it was 80 million in the end, wasn't it, for the young German lad? So, I don't know, Super, in terms of who's going to go down. A bit like what you said about the inconsistencies.
Yeah,
I would have said West Ham after the first three games, including their cup game, to go and win the City ground. Jesus, that's not easy.
And win convincingly as well.
Well, speaking of, just one thing we didn't touch on: things are not right there with the owner and the manager, right?
Oh my God, 100%. 100%. But it's because he's Greek. We know what it's like to deal with Greek managers, right?
Things are clearly not right there.
Come on, man.
Will that go beyond September? The end.
Well, I heard the transfer window now was when he starts talking to him. He's going to pull him to one side tonight and say to him, "Look, we've got the international break here. Pack your bags, go back to the side." And then he's got Postecoglou around the corner. He's ready.
Which is completely different style of football, by the way.
But I've also seen Jose.
Two massive egos.
Yeah.
Nah. That there will be a nuclear disaster at the City Ground if them two end up there. You can't have them two there.
So, Rude, you're not expecting Nuno to be there for.
Sorry, gents. Just moving on. I'm conscious of the time tonight. There's so much to go through. I understand. We'll touch on these. Let's fly through a couple of these games. Sunderland, Brentford, 2-1.
Yeah.
A chess match again.
Sunderland.
I mean, last minute winner, chess match should have been a draw.
Two home wins at the Stadium of Light.
Yeah.
That'll be
Against who
encouraging
though?
for a
Brentford. Who was
promoted
the other
team.
win? Who was the other win? Sunderland got it against.
Beat West Ham, opening day of the
Yeah, come
season.
on. Yeah, let's wait a little bit.
But I'm saying 2 home wins. You've got to win your home games. Yeah,
Yeah, fair.
Speaking of home games, Leeds getting another point at home against the Geordies. What a boring game that was.
Yeah,
it was awful, and it proves the lack of firepower that Newcastle have got. They need to sort something out, and they have.
Imagine they had a striker worth over 100 million that could play that day.
Was that the game that they said had the worst XG in like? Yeah, I think it was only one last season that was worse.
One game, yeah.
Bloody hell.
But Newcastle missing a cutting edge at the moment. But hopefully,
by the way, let me just digress 1 second. Did you see the XG stats about Arsenal without set pieces?
Well, yeah, they're
Arsenal
also
without set piece goals. They're second from bottom.
That's right.
Oh wow!
Behind Sunderland.
What, over the season?
Yeah, this season. First 3 games.
Sunderland.
And they scored.
No, it's been over a certain period.
Yeah, they scored 5 against Leeds, but open play.
No, it weren't for the season. Surely not.
For the first 3 games of this season.
Is that all it is? I thought it was longer than that. I was getting
No. They did the 1 point. It's 1.67.
Yeah, but they scored 5 against Leeds, and they've still got it.
What was it? 2 or 3 of them are corners, though, right?
And penalty. Penalty's probably thrown into that as well.
Okay. 2 games left to cover off. Firstly, let's go with Banjo. Talk to us. You were at United at the weekend.
Let's have a laugh, huh? What do you want to know?
Well, off the back of losing to those Giants Grimsby last week.
That's old news. That's history now, isn't it? Now, do you know what?
But you know what, Roo? Out of a cup before we've even entered it. That's a first, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's mad.
Grimsby. I want to touch on that. Banjo, I'm going to let you come to Grimsby.
What do you want to know about Grimsby?
I've got 2 penalties missed.
Yeah.
High profile players both missing penalties.
Yeah.
And a guy that you've spent 70 mil on? 70 mil?
Yeah.
Number 9. He's not warm than 9. He bottled it. Another bottler, by the way.
Well, Amarin addressed that.
And he stepped up to take penalty number 10.
But Amarin...
Just before the keeper. Well, you know what? Very honourable of him to step up before the keeper.
Anyway, stop. Amarin explained what happened there. Apparently, he had cramp at the end of the game. So Amarin said...
What, for his 5 minutes that he played?
Maybe. But at the end of the game, he had cramp. And he said... I told him I don't want him taking the penalty. I didn't want to put him through it. However true that is, I don't know. And apparently that's why he never started on Saturday against Burnley, because he was conscious that he never played. Apparently, Sesko never played 90 minutes over the pre-season, and he played 90 minutes against Grimsby, so he had him on the bench against.
This guy's a dead man walking, right?
No, I wouldn't go as far as that. No.
What, Amarim?
No.
Dead man walking. No. He can't even stand there and watch a penalty shootout.
All right.
The problem I have with Man United, as again, as a neutral, not necessarily a problem, but what I see is it's a game to game scenario, right?
Yeah,
and that's the dilemma the guy's got. So he's got. I think you've got City next, right? Now, on paper, everyone would say you're not going to win, but you've done well there recently.
Yeah.
Right. So if he wins that game, all of a sudden his stock goes up.
He won't be.
And then lose to Chelsea, it goes down again.
He won't.
1 minute, Mario. So you say that they've gone up. They've gone down there. I think you've won 2 of the last 3 or something.
Yeah, we've got a good record there.
With Amarin.
Well, no,
with Joe Bloggs. It doesn't matter.
With Amarin. They've gone there with Amarin.
But Mario, what I will say, guys, when you say he's a dead man walking, it's because he didn't have much credit. He didn't have any credit in the bank after last season. So he's always on the back foot before the season started. Right now, in the Premier League, he's got more points than Pep and Eddie Howe. Yeah. But no one's putting them under pressure, and rightly so. They shouldn't be. But his scenario is very different off the back of last season. But he needs to be allowed, I think, to just at least get to November and see where he is, see what's going on there.
It's surprised.
But
Listen,
you know
you-
what? You
no.
say that, Mario, but in the Premier League against Arsenal, again, results is what matters. Don't get me wrong. It's all well good playing well and not winning. But the confidence of the team is very vulnerable. But anyway, against Arsenal, the performance was decent. But we lost. Okay.
Well, tell us
Against
about
Fulham, first half was good.
Tell us
Against
about
Burnley,
Saturday.
huh?
Tell us about Saturday, Burnley. Yeah.
Yeah, we played well. We played well, especially in the first half. Should have been 3-4-0 up. But again, not putting chances away. Again, a team with very, very low confidence, very
Fragile.
very
Fragile.
vulnerable.
Cheap.
Vulnerable.
Bit
We
of a
just
cheap
concede
penalty at the end, right?
goals, and then we just
Cheap.
need to. It's building blocks. We need to build some kind of foundation.
Well, you've got refs helping you with cheap
Yeah, the
penalties.
only thing I would say, Banjo, do you like his body language and the way he speaks?
I think that's.
very
I think the way he
defeatist.
He saying the other day sometimes he hates his kids. What's he talking about?
he's just.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
I think he's an honest guy.
What do you mean he's honest? His first game. His first game.
Do
He
you ever
said,
hate your kids, Banjo? Do you ever hate your kids, bro?
no.
Come on, you're on camera.
Again,
There you go, man. Come on,
no.
against Arsenal.
But-
Arsenal, he's lost the game, and he said, "We've proved tonight we could beat anyone." But you
Yeah,
lost.
no.
This time-
listen, we lost.
Pre-game, he's saying that sometimes I hate my kids, sometimes I like my job, sometimes he's at.
Do you know what it is, though?
I think
Shall
he
I tell
might
you
need
what it is?
sectioning.
Do you know with Ten Hag, for example, towards the end of his tenure, he was basically we could see for our own eyes it was crap.
He's got sacked
And-
after two
and,
games.
and he was
that one.
basically, yeah, I know.
1 minute, isn't it three of your managers this week? Like,
Yeah, they all got
Jose
sacked.
Mourinho, Ten Hag,
Oh,
and who was the other one?
And Ole.
Oli,
Ole, they all got sacked.
they were in the same week. They should have a WhatsApp group and have a little chat about it.
Yeah, man.
But Ten Hag was kind of like we could see it was rubbish, and he was saying that it was good, we done well here. And sometimes sometimes you want honesty from your manager, like you haven't played well. He comes in front and says, "Look, that was rubbish," basically. In other words, and sometimes I don't mind that. I really, really don't mind that. He's an emotional guy.
Who?
Amorim. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Not watching the penalties isn't. I don't know what that's all about.
Did
But
you
the
end
other
up
stuff-
keeping Mainu, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah,
stayed.
that's good. That's good.
Didn't get Martinez in the end, though.
No, I can't. I'm really pissed off at that.
You got the other keeper,
The other keeper, but look at the scrutiny on our two goalkeepers at the moment because of their blunders. So this kid's going to go in. He's even going to come in as a number one straight away. He's come from Royal Antwerp, 23 years old. He's going to go in between the sticks, and everyone's going to be looking at him. And we needed a big personality. The situation we're in at the moment, the circumstances, we needed a big personality. This kid might turn out to be a top goalkeeper.
Going to
But we
be a
need
long
something
season.
now.
Going to be a long season for United.
And we didn't bring any midfielders in either. And I think the system Amorim plays, having the two centre midfielders in there, especially if one's Bruno, you need an athletic midfielder in there with
I
you.
was worried when you was linked with Believer.
Guys,
you know what? That's exactly the type of player we need.
No.
I think they'll revisit that, though, Roo.
Yeah.
Guys, just moving on the schedule. Last game and a contentious one. Chelsea Fulham.
Oh, that was a joke.
Don't.
That was a joke.
If VAR is looking to
And that
win
fourth
fans
official
over-
weren't allowed to.
Mate,
So he weren't allowed to do another game yesterday. They had to switch.
well, it was our game. They pulled him. They pulled him
Yeah.
from our game, and subsequently there was a knock-on effect to the Villa game after.
But what I hate about that is
Which decision?
he's being
Roo?
punished, but
Which
it's not good for
decision?
Fulham, is it?
Was it the first the Fulham
The
goal?
goal
Or
that
goal?
I think it's Josh King. I don't know what
Yeah,
his
he's
name
done
is. I
that
can't
turn
remember.
and he's landed on the guy's ankle.
Do you know what I don't like, Banjo? The worst thing about that for me is VAR can do what they want, right? The referee goes over there and can see that.
He can overrule it.
Have the
Never
cojones
does.
to turn around and
They
say,
never do.
I don't know what they're talking about. You know, it's a goal.
Yeah.
Why on earth do 99% of officials go with whatever VAR says? It's absolute just like...
Once they go over to that monitor, you know the decision's going to be given. Whatever.
Did you guys then agree with the other decision? Handball from Pedro carries on. 10 seconds later, handball from
I
Cesc.
didn't, but it wasn't as bad as the first one.
Yeah.
And by the way, I've got a little gripe as well. It does my head in now. I'm a massive American football fan, right? As Mario knows, I love it. But I don't want those mannerisms to come into my game. When I got Mr. Speaker,
Yeah.
Don't do
That's
me,
what they
Mr.
had.
Speaker, and tell me what's going on.
That happened against Burnley on.
No,
can't stand it.
I disagree.
No, it's weird. It's weird.
I disagree.
Listen,
Ruth,
I enjoy we both enjoy American football as well, don't we?
No,
but
when you're in
I
a
don't,
stadium,
what we
you
enjoy
want to know
about
what's
that,
going on.
don't necessarily mean we want it in our game.
No, I don't want it, Mario, mate. Sorry, mate.
Yeah,
I don't
when
like
you're in
it.
a
And also,
stadium, you want to know what's
half-time-
going on.
What about the half time when you've got 15 minutes slot to sort your team out and you're pulling one of their players for a quick interview?
God. Yeah, but that's the TV crap.
Well, I
Isn't it?
know about that. Yeah, that's.
You
Want them in the change room? No, all this stuff they're starting to bring in. I'm not a fan of it. I'm with
nonetheless, a good win for Chelsea. Pedro looking like the answer to maybe getting a few goals, right?
You started that sentence with impressive. I don't think they've been impressive. I think they've just been okay and they've stumbled through.
Well, a 5-1 win against West Ham.
Yeah, but the first game they lost. They should have lost.
2-0.
There's a free kick.
Yeah.
Another stupid VAR
Yes,
decision.
another. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, man.
They've had the rub of the green. Let's be honest.
100%.
Okay. Right. 2 minutes quickly. Transfer window. I know it warrants longer, but I'm just mindful of the time, guys. So let's talk transfer window. Top 3 deals. Let's talk about some of the recent deals today or last few days.
Let's do the recent ones. Well, the two which spring to my mind is Isak today and Eze for Arsenal.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I would say watch this space on Wirtz. I think Wirtz will come good.
Yeah.
And then if you're looking at, some of the others, I really like the Kudos deal down at Spurs. I like him as a player, Kudos. United, again, I thought Cunha was fantastic. I would have had him in the Liverpool team.
Burmo's had a good start as well.
Yeah, and Burmo started well. Pedro, as you said, Maro, you touched upon, good signing. A lot of offensive players. I can't think of too many defenders that have come in where you think, that's a good
Jackson
signing.
gone to Bayern Munich.
Awful player for me. Sorry, I'm going off the cuff there, but like, no. You know what it is? We've all played football to certain levels, mate, and there's certain players I still struggle when I look at them and think, how are you a professional footballer? And he's one of them. And you know what it is? Where's he from? Where's he from, quickly?
Where's Jackson from?
Anyway, I'm just thinking, if I was Ecuadorian, I'd probably play for the national team and ended up at Chelsea, but we're not that lucky. Yeah.
Champ and chump of the week.
Banjo,
who's your
champ
champ?
of the week?
Banjo, who's your champ and chump of the
for me.
week?
Yeah,
Champ of the
VAR's
week.
champ.
Robert Jones, the manager. The referee. Chelsea Fulham.
Okay.
He's a chump.
Yeah.
For the reasons what we've said earlier.
Yeah.
Could have gone. He goes to the screen and he still gives the decision.
There's only one champ for me.
And champ, his job is like.
Yeah, he's had the best week, and I'm talking about Monday night, all the way through to Sunday evening, mate.
And Russo, who's your chump of the week? Same.
I was going to say VAR too, but if you want to maybe expand on that a little bit, you could probably put Arteta in that too, if you wanted to. I mean, I gave him all plaudits. I gave him plaudits at the beginning, but as I said, based on the Arsenal boys I spoke to, he might give a little.
Well, my chump of the week, Mark Guehi.
You're brutal. You
guy,
can't let it go, Kenny. He's so bitter.
Worldie yesterday. He's as loyal as loyal can be.
Chump of the week had the world at his feet and decided against it. Champ of the week, I'm going with Zoboslai, obviously. Worldie, great game, but the goal itself, fantastic. But look, guys, we've got an international break now, so not too much. The transfer window's officially closed. There might be some last minute deals there, but look, I've enjoyed the show tonight. Ruth, thanks for joining us.
No, listen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, and hopefully I've done enough to be to get a second cap, as they say.
As with everything, our viewers will decide that.
We'll decide that. Okay. Send me the link so I can get it right to all my family in Cyprus. And
get involved. The more the merrier.
we got some big villages out there, man. They'll all watch it for the clips.
Banjo, thanks for joining. Banjo, thanks for your time.
Enjoyed it as usual.
Thanks a lot.
Take care, guys. See you later.
Bye.